everybody. A warm welcome to Freestyle Fridays on the NFT show. Hope everyone's doing good. Long weekend, really nice. Time to be with family and be grateful and nice to one another. Morland, unfortunately, is doing just that, so he's not going to be joining us. But I have got a lot of news to take you through. NFT news. Ramin, you legend, I'm happy you're here. Welcome. Let's do that. Yeah, Freestyle Friday. We let our hairs down. Morland doesn't have any hair. I let my hair down, and Morland lets his beard down, and we just talk NFTs, guys. So let's take a look at OpenSea. We are very bearish at the moment, guys. Very bearish. Not looking good. Today was like one of the slowest days. How's it, Eric? Yeah, things are quiet in the NFT space. Let's have a look here if it loads it. So yeah, guys, I mean, this tells you a picture over here. You know, we had that really decent day, 173 million. Then this seems to be the high, 70 million. We've hit as low as, well, today we're only on 45 million. It's slow. Yeah, not looking good at the moment. But remember, we've been through bear markets before, and I believe it's a good time to accumulate some really good NFTs at a discount, and you can always go and sell them when it comes to bear markets. To the bull market, and make good profit. There is a lot of people that think and I don't know what's right or wrong. They'd rather just stay liquid at this point, like don't sell because you're selling at the bottom, but don't buy. I've personally been accumulating. I got a Vayner sports pass because it's Vaynerchuk, and they're going to do something with it. And I also got a pre-mint pass, which I think is great. So it's got good utility, and I think it's a good thing. Sorry about that. One light just... there we go. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking the time. I also got a cool pet as well, because it's dipped. I got one just over 1 ETH. I thought it was a good opportunity to get into that ecosystem. So I've been buying, and yeah, I mean, I guess each to their own. But yeah, pricing is good. I think you got to avoid the urge to sell at this point, because everyone is starting to panic a little bit and wants to get more liquid. But now is not the time to be selling, especially decent projects. You know, if it's a shit project and it's never going to go anywhere, and it was always a bit of a like a risk, and you just see it constantly going down, and you've been in the Discord and it's not looking good, I would get out. I mean, cut your losses. But if it's a decent project, I would stay in it. Remember, it's Freestyle Fridays, so I'm going to take you through some news and then we're going to chat. So I see Eric's already asked me to look into something, which we'll do. Please don't be shy. Just put a comment, and as soon as we get through this, we're going to chat. We're going to look into all of it. So let's have a look here. Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger for you guys. How's that? That looks pretty good. All right, so this is, let's go to 24 hours. I think it tells a better picture. The last 24 hours, what's been happening. Ooh, my investment's up slightly. So we've seen Cool Pets went all the way to 2 ETH. And Cool Cats went all the way to 9. They've retraced back to where they were. Cool Cats officially launched their beta version of their game, Cooltopia, where you could go into the ecosystem and try it out and give them feedback. I think initially people thought it was not beta, and that's why the price jumped so much. But they found a few bugs and they're sorting them out, and so it's not like they're there yet, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. And it's a great project. And once they do sort this out, it's going to be good. Remember, your pets also earn milk. You can either stake your pets and they can passively earn milk, or you have to complete a whole lot of tasks and things like that in the game and not stake it. I personally am going to stake my pet because I really just don't have the time to sit there playing in any ecosystem. Actually turns me off quite a lot when I've got to interact too much in order to achieve something. But I guess that's, I'm in a different stage to most, and I do see the appeal of it being interactive and that sort of thing. So then we have Shensi, which was a new project, a notable female artist, also anime. They were quite lucky. So I was whitelisted for this, and I sold under this 0.46. They were quite lucky because OpenSea would not let you list items for about 20 minutes at all across the board while they were launching. So no one could list. So, there were a few listings there already, and no one could relist. So that floor price jumped up quite quickly. And that momentum has carried them through. It's very early days. This launched 2 days ago. 0.46 still remains to be seen what's going to happen here. If you got in this at mint, I would definitely, especially if you got multiple, I would take profit, maybe hold one, but very, very early days. It's not yet safe, and you don't really know what the true floor price is of any project that's 2 days old and still going off some hype. We've got our friends at CryptoPunks. Bored Ape Yacht Club is definitely not up 127%. These percentages are never right, but sitting at a floor of 110 Ethereum. VFriends Series 2. Now, this one has been, I've been a bit shocked. I've also managed to get whitelist here. I had 2 book games, and I got whitelist for one. And they have been delaying. They were supposed to open up the allow list like 5 days ago, and every day it's sort of like, we're almost there. Not what I would expect from VFriends. I'm still very bullish on Gary V and the whole space with him, and the project. I'm still very happily going to mint and hold and whatever, but they were then able to get some minted. They opened yesterday, and there was some problem, and they had to close the mint. So for now, the mint is closed. They're busy refunding 100 and whatever people. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it would go a lot smoother than it has. And yeah, I mean, interesting. It's a bit of a pity because I think if it had launched when it was supposed to, and there hasn't been these issues, that this current price would be quite a lot higher. Then we've also got our Moonbird raffle finished today. Moonbird is this very hyped NFT project from the guys who brought you Proof. And the raffle was announced today. So the winners of the raffle who will have a chance to mint, that one's going to be absolutely massive. I do think that might bring a bit of liquidity into the market now, because a lot of guys were holding the 2.5 ETH that you needed in your wallet in order to be able to see if they got the whitelist or not. And now if they realize they don't have the whitelist, they've got 2.5 ETH that they were expecting to spend on Moonbird that they will now hopefully spend on other NFTs. So we'll have to see what happens over there. Dickens, nice to see you, my friend. So I didn't even raffle for it, man. It's too hyped. I don't know. I didn't know much about it. I got a pre-mint link. At that particular time, I didn't have 2.5 ETH in my wallet. By the time I did, I wasn't really thinking much of it. And I tried to find the link yesterday, and I was too late. So yeah, I don't know. Missed this one, unfortunately. What else have we got here, guys? Imposters. We spoke about that on Wednesday's show. I spoke about that. 2.75 ETH floor. I think it's a buy. I'm quite bullish on Elio Trades, very bullish on him and what he's building. If I had like 10 ETH sitting around, I would definitely buy one of these at this price. I don't, because all of my ETH is in NFTs and I don't want to sell at the bottom. So it's a hard space to be in. And not being able to buy, not being able to sell, but a bit of limbo at the moment. Alien Friends second drop, their companion, also very new, sold out yesterday. It remains to be seen where this will settle. Alien Friends was sitting at quite a interesting entry point yesterday and the day before, about 1.3 or somewhere around there, which I found quite interesting. I don't think they'll stay there, but if they do stay there, the Genesis collection, then this is overvalued, because we know that it's usually 15%, 20% of the NFT value, slightly overvalued. But we saw that with Gutter Cat Gang with their vial that they dropped. The cats have come out, the mutated cats, and we saw them sitting at about half an ETH. And then I checked today, and they're at like 0.15. So still early days for this to settle and find where it's at. Cool Cats up and down, back down again. People want the game already. Clone X sitting quite steady. It's been sitting around this 18 ETH, 17 to 18 ETH mark consistently throughout all of this that's going on. So yeah, that's quite interesting. They've really held well. I'm a huge fan of this project, very bullish long term. Azuki finally coming back to earth a little bit, down to 24.5. I know it says 20% increase, but it was actually 26 yesterday. Doodles, really not much is happening. I do expect there to be more happening soon, but for now, there's not much happening. Milady Maker, I've never heard of. Just shows you when people ask me and I say I've never heard of a project, doesn't mean that it's a bad project. Sitting at a 1.78 ETH floor, there must be something amazing going on there, but not on my radar at all. And then we have Beans, Azuki's second collection, down a bit from its high, about 5 ETH, which is still absolutely incredible. Going to be interesting to see whether if this continues slowing down, the Azuki, whether that's going to have a run-on effect to the other anime projects and whether that's going to change the meta or stop the anime meta. So that remains to be seen. Let's see what Dickens has to say about Milady here. 8-month-old project that just minted out a few weeks ago. Amazing. Got a cult-like following for strange art. Let's have a look at it. Let's jump in and actually look at the art. It's interesting, hey? You know, I'm so quick to jump out of a Discord and not mint a project if they, haven't sold 1,000 in the first 10 minutes. And here it goes to show you that's not the right way all the time. Here's a project that apparently only minted out recently and seems to be doing well. Let's just zoom out a bit here. I actually quite like the art. I actually quite like it. I mean, I don't know, it reminds me of old kids' story books. I don't mind it. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't mind it. Let's have a look at activity. Wow, that's incredible, man. I mean, let's just go all time. How's that? I mean, you could have picked these up at 0.05 as recently as 3 weeks ago. And now they're here. Incredible. This is actually quite similar to what the Bored Ape Yacht Club chart looks like. They also sat doing absolutely nothing for months. Let's actually jump into that. That's really interesting to draw comparisons. I'm not saying that this is the next Bored Ape. I mean, nothing is. Bored Ape is the next Bored Ape. But just interesting to look at projects that are doing well, what their beginning was to guide you on when you're buying into new projects, that sometimes it's good to hold long term and give the team a chance. So here, if you look, this is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. If you look here, just trying to get a date, May the 2nd, I saw briefly, until August the 1st. No, that's already high. Let's have a look here. Average price 3 ETH. No, that's already high. 2.6. Yeah, so maybe for 2 months it's at doing relatively nothing and then went to the absolute moon. So yeah, very, very interesting to draw those comparisons. Let's have a look at some of the comments and see, before we carry on with some news, what we got going on here. Saw a sale look like yours. No, I didn't sell my mutant. Don't give me a heart attack. I didn't sell my mutant. It's not mine. I hope it's not fucking mine. Mine's supposed to be in my ledger. I'm pretty sure it's not mine. I fucking hope it's not mine. Let's have a look here. Honestly, if it's mine, there's a problem. No, he's still there. He's still there. Thank God. No, my mutant is still there. Whew. All right, Joseph. That's the one thing about this space. I mean, even I've got a ledger and whatever, and you're still scared shitless that someone's going to steal your shit, No, he's still there. Thank God. Okay, let's see what else we got. Joseph, thank you. Thank you, my man. What else we got? I have to make them bigger on the screen. I don't know if I'm getting old, guys. On the side here, it's small, small, small. In order to see the comments, I have to make them bigger. Do you know some NFT projects that we can buy with only $200? What's that? Under 0.1 ETH. The best thing I can say, Eric, is I did a show on Wednesday this week, what I'm buying now. The first 2 or 3 projects in that video were under zero point 0.1 ETH, or the first 2 at least. So go have a look at that. That's probably the best thing to do. What else we got here? Yeah, good. Dickens Alpha, let's go. And I saw from Eric here, what do I think about Sunflower Land? So, Eric, I haven't heard about Sunflower Land. Let's pull it up and have a brief look at it. Wow, there's a lot of them. 85,000 items. Is this it? Eric, let me know if this is it. Just seems like a tiny amount of ETH traded, and there's a huge amount of items. But I've been wrong on first impressions before. Sunflower Land. Maybe he means collectibles. Let's have a look. Also, don't particularly like Poly if it is on Polygon. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like much is going on here. Maybe I've got the wrong thing. Let me know. Let me scroll back down here. Yes, it's P2E. Okay. I don't know enough about it. If these are all used in the game, great. I just like looking at it. There's a huge amount of items. The floor price is horrible. Volume traded is horrible. But again, I'm looking at it from an NFT perspective. I'm not really looking at it from a P2E game perspective. So yeah, I don't want to give my opinion on it when I don't have a well formulated opinion. All right, then our friend Elon Musk, or my friend, because he is from South Africa, he wants to buy Twitter. Apparently, a lot of big tech companies want to buy Twitter. I've just been reading Mark Cuban was saying that he wants to buy Twitter as well. So it seems like a lot of them do. It does seem like Twitter doesn't want to sell to him, and they've put a clause in place now very recently. I was actually reading on Bloomberg before the show. They've put a clause in place now that the existing shareholders can buy more shares, and common shares can be counted towards their ownership, so that they could fend off like an Elon Musk buying another. He's currently at just under 10% shareholder. If he becomes a 15% or above, then in effect he runs the company in some degree, right? So they're putting things in place to mitigate that. Incredible. I remember when Mark Zuckerberg bought Twitter, and I can't remember what he paid. I think it was $2.5 billion, and everyone thought he was absolutely mad. And here they are, probably turning down a $43 billion cash offer. Elon wants to make it private, take it private. He thinks he can do better. I don't have any opinion on it. And I know that Tesla shares dropped because they want their CEO focusing on Tesla and not focusing on Twitter. But interesting time that we live in. He said his offer is final. It's about 15% or 20% over the current value of the shares. There is still intrinsic value in the business that's not in the share price necessarily, and goodwill and a whole lot of that. But seems like a fair offer, but don't know if they want to sell, don't know if they want to go private. It's really interesting times, but that's quite big news and actually quite bullish for the space. Anytime you get big tech news, that's quite good for the space in general. Los Mortos, we'll have a look at them for sure. Okay. Thoughts on Moonbergs. So, Joseph, I don't know that they're a 2.5 mint. I know you had to have 2.5 ETH in your wallet. I saw Toby Lasso tweeted that he got a allow list, and that it's going to cost $3,000, which is 1 ETH. So you might have needed 2.5 ETH in your wallet. Let's say that you can mint 2, and I don't know if you can, plus gas. I don't know, maybe they said 2.5 ETH. Maybe they just wanted high net worth people. I don't know. But just based on the Toby Lasso tweet that I saw recently when he said he won, he says, I've never been so excited to spend $3,000, which is 1 ETH. So I don't know if the mint price is 2.5 ETH. Either way, it's a big mint. I think it's going to do really well because of the hype. And, guys are thinking it's going to be at least a 10 ETH floor. At the very least, that's what people are expecting. Would I spend 2.5 ETH for 10 ETH? It's not guaranteed, but probably. I mean, probably I would. I would flip it. I'm not holding that long term. It's too much for something that I don't know enough about. But yeah, interesting times with that. I see a few more questions. We're going to definitely get into them for sure. Just take you through a few more stories here. We had a CryptoPunk that sold for $3.2 million. CryptoPunk 7756, which is still, to me, like just baffles my mind. We've got Fortnite developer, which is the biggest game ever, Fortnite. Epic Games raised $2 billion to drive into the metaverse. Also very bullish for the space, guys. This is really huge, huge news. They got their funding from their existing shareholders, Sony and Kirkby. This $2 billion is really meant to develop their metaverse play, which is huge. That's really, really incredible news. Then we saw, speaking of Jack Dorsey and Twitter and everything, I don't know if you guys remember last year, Jack Dorsey, or maybe the year before even, sold his first tweet as an NFT for $2.9 million. Well, the guy he sold it to is trying to sell it now. He put it on sale for $48 million, and the top bid was 0.09 Ethereum, or $280. He obviously hasn't sold it, and he says he doesn't mind holding it. This guy who owns it, his name is Sina Estavi. But yeah, I don't know, maybe, bad marketing. I have no idea. Very strange. I mean, I think $48 million is hugely ambitious, but a couple $100,000, for something that was worth over 2 million or 2.9 million last year is quite incredible. Then we have NBA and LeBron James filing for NFT trademarks. Very, very interesting. Remember, the process with these big companies getting the trademarks can be months, but just watching NFT-related trademarks will show you what companies are going to be coming into the NFT space or the metaverse. And Forbes is going to be releasing an NFT collection, which is quite interesting. Here's a little picture of it. But clay-like, I don't know, not the best art, but it's not really about the art. And yeah, they want to come into the space, and this will be their entry. So that's just covering a bit of the news. Let's close everything and let's look into what you guys want to look into. All right. Let's go. Ramin, anime is still meta. Ramin, it is currently, not to the level it was, but that one that we just looked at, that minted 2 days ago on the top 20 chart, that Shin-Chi, the fact that that's at half an ETH when the mint price was 0.07 is definitely a sign that anime is still the meta. As I said, like with Izuki coming down, which it is currently, not dramatically, but slowly coming down. If that continues, the anime meta might die out. We also know the Bored Ape, freaking cold, man. The Bored Ape land sale is coming very soon. Their birthday, Bored Ape's birthday, is the 23rd of this month. And it's probably when they're going to either make a big announcement about when they're releasing, or maybe even release on their birthday. And I do think that that's going to lead to a metaverse type meta. And sort of push anime out the way. I do think so. I do think that's going to be quite massive for the space. But for now, anime is still there, but not as much as it was, but still very much there. I just want to go to the top so I don't miss anyone. Alrighty. What we got here? Just reading it here, guys. Los Muertos. Don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, so these guys, I mean, they really, I think they've pulled down a bit. They went as high as, I think, 0.7. Los MUE, sorry. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so they've pulled back a bit. Sorry, guys. 0.389. Yeah, I'm definitely bullish on this project. They bought a lot of NFT worlds. They do seem to be onto something. It's natural when a project reaches a new high, and this one reached a new high very quickly. It's a new project, to pull back, especially in this market. Yeah, 0.6. So yeah, going to be interesting where the floor is. I'd like to, with the market what it is currently, I would like to see where this settles. I'd rather buy on the way up at 0.4, for example, if it starts going up again, than I would now and just watch it go down to 0.25. I do think that you might get a better entry, barring any big news from them. So yeah, but definitely one that is on my radar, and they've done incredibly well, and they seem to be doing a lot of the right things. Traveler, what's your opinion on CryptoPunks version 1? Traveler, I know I've been in a few spaces where it's been discussed by guys that know a lot more about it than I do. I know that what I know is sketchy, something to the effect that the rights to sell it, not even to reuse it, they took it off a platform and all the rest. I don't know whether CryptoPunks version 1 is part of what was bought by Yuga Labs. If it is, and you can let me know in the comments, please, if it is a part of what was bought by Yuga Labs, then I'm very bullish on it. If CryptoPunks version 1 is not part of that, I need to do a lot more research to really give you a proper answer on it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew more. I do know there's stuff going on around it, but I'm not clued up enough to give a good discussion on it, unfortunately. We spoke about that. What we got here, Joseph? Hold on. Let's go back to Traveler. Okay, so then I'm bullish. I mean, I don't know what the floor price is or whatever, but basically anything Yuga Labs, I'm bullish on. To be quite honest, I'm watching me bits like a hawk. If I had a bit more ETH, and I've got nothing at the moment, like I've got to move some from WETH back to my normal wallet, and even then I'm probably sitting on 2 ETH at the moment. If I had a good amount of ETH, I would be buying me bits at the moment. It's the cheapest in their sort of ecosystem. And I have no doubt they'll do something with it. Yeah, if Yuga Labs is behind version 1, then I'm bullish on it. Regardless, I do think they'll do something great with it. I also don't even know the difference between the version 1 CryptoPunks and version 2. It's just not one that I know much about. But I'd be glad if you could tell me, and we can chat this way. I really would, because I'd like to know more about it. We had something else here. Joseph, I haven't heard of this one either, mate. Let's have a look at it. Again, that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just hasn't appeared on my radar. Million by Tyler. I see 1,000 units. That's a nice small collection size. 1,000 on the dot, which makes me think that was always going to be the collection size. Let's have a look here. It launched a few days ago. Volume is 171 ETH, not bad, for a normal project that launched a few days ago. Owner distribution is healthy. 65% is very, very bullish always. Anything over 55% is good. I don't know what they minted for, but they're sitting at a 0.088 floor currently. Let's have a look at some of the art here. Just looking at it like this, my only initial criticism would be that they all look exactly the same, which is, and they're not. I can see that they're slightly different, but I don't particularly like that. We saw that with Johnny Depp's collection. I wonder what that's sitting at the moment, because there he had 6, I think 6. I might be off. It might have been 5. It might have been 7. But he had a handful of art, and then all of them were different variations of that art. Yeah, this was a 0.75 mint, hey? If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. But if you have a look here, this guy and this guy, it's both the same person. Here again, These two are the same, and I don't particularly like that. I mean, rather do a collection of 6 and have 1,000 owners of each. I don't know. It's just trying to fill a collection for the sake of it. Not a big fan of that in general. But yeah, don't know. Initial thoughts. They've got a decent amount. This Lilium art is not my style, but yeah, 1,000 units is good, and ownership distribution is good. I'm pretty. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm pretty off art projects. In general, even if I like the artist, I've been in so many that just don't go anywhere. I mean, like Galaxy Eggs, an OG one. I mean, they were so hot. They hit almost 2 ETH. They're currently sitting at a zero point 0.1 floor. Obviously, Coolman's Universe is the exception at the moment, but it remains to be seen. It has been dropping. It's just under 1 ETH at the moment, but that one is one art project that seems to be doing well, and constantly increasing. Obviously there's dips, but if you look at the chart and take a step back, constantly increasing and delivering value. We had that Boonji project, another great art project, huge artist. Also, like now sitting at 0.14, was also over an ETH. So it just seems to me, and there's a lot more, it seems to me like these art projects struggle to maintain the momentum. So, people are hyped in the beginning, they know the artist, they respect the artist, but then the artist doesn't seem to know the NFT world enough to deliver what needs to be delivered to continually create excitement for an increased floor price. Don't know. So I'm a bit turned off in general on art projects. At the moment, as much as I prefer if art was anime, meaning that if art projects were mooning at the moment, I'd actually prefer to be buying that because I really do like art projects. But just from an investment perspective, they don't seem to be growing in price. They seem to be dropping. I can't read this. Let's see here. What do you see when you try to catch a good rarity NFT on a project? What do you see? What do I look for? So let's maybe look at ones that I'm thinking of buying that have got quite a lot, quite a lot on the floor. I'll just jump to Data Souls. I just like the project. I'm not actually going to buy. I don't even think I've got 0.36 currently. Let's have a look here. So I've got a rarity ranking tool. I think this is ERC Sniper. I think that's what's giving me the rarity there. I'm pretty sure. So there's what it's called, ERC Sniper. And pretty much all I'm looking at is the percentages. So if I was looking to buy into this collection now, it's a 0.36 floor. And I would just scroll down until, okay, let's just do buy now, sorry. Let's go here. To buy now. Let's see a lot more per screen to make this quicker. So I'd like to get a bit of an outside view. So currently the rarest of the first few lines is this one, 22% rarity at 0.4. So I'd carry on scrolling and just have a look. The next one is a 35% rarity at 0.43. The next one's a 32. So he has another 20% at 0.45. So the best buy here, if rarity is important to you or you think it's a good thing, would be this guy here by far. He's in the top 22% and he's close to floor. If I was looking for really rare, and I don't want to sit here really scrolling, what you can do is you just go on the left here and you'd look for a trait that you like. So usually a notable trait, like, the head, for example. Okay, one of ones you're not really interested in, but there's 110 gold heads out of a collection side of 10,000. So those are going to be quite rare. And there you would see that's the cheapest one of the gold heads. Seems pretty high to me for a 15% rarity. I mean, you saw there we can get a 20% rarity at 0.4, but they are cool, and you don't see these on the floor. And you could look at other things that you want to maybe look at for rarity, maybe the glasses, because the glasses are quite, like, really make the PFP pop or not. So if you have a look here, the Robo ones seem quite rare, and the floor on those is 0.7. I don't like them. I'm just looking at them now for the first time. I don't like them because I actually like seeing the eyeball, to be quite honest. I don't really love it. It actually almost looks like a piece pasted on. Let's go geometric, which is almost as rare. Just give it a second. Well, I like those, and at 0.57, you've got quite a rare trait. But I look at the overall rarity. I don't really look per trait because when other people are looking to buy, they're also looking at overall rarity. So, yeah, I would just go like I did in the beginning and scroll down until I see one that's quite rare. I hope that was what you were asking. Otherwise, I went off on a bit of a tangent on the wrong tangent. So let me know. Ramin, my friend. I don't know what's happened. I know some notable alpha groups have been saying that the Haki team is trying to get out. That's all I know. At the moment, it's just hearsay. I don't want to spread something that I really don't know whether it's true or not. So I don't know. Obviously, it does seem to have affected the floor price over here. And let's have a look here. But I really don't know enough about the situation to be able to comment on it. What I do know is that on my side, I tend to run for the hills when I get information from a few different sources. I just tend to run. Obviously, there's some FUD that's just not true, and that But usually, if it's coming from a few good sources, I tend to get out. There was an example of that today. There's a project I bought into a little while ago called Sand Vegas Casino. They've been taken off OpenSea. None of these are them. And when I went and I was a holder, and when I went into their Discord earlier today just to see what's going on, they maintain they've done nothing legally wrong, but they'll do anything they need to comply with legislations, gambling legislations, and they've got lawyers and whatever. So they were sitting at a 0.5 floor a week ago before they were taken off OpenSea. And I went on to LooksRare, and they're now on a 0.17 floor, and I listed at 0.16 and sold. Can't sell on OpenSea at the moment. Now, that could be stupid. It's possible. I mean, in a month's time, they could sort all the legal stuff out, and they could come back on OpenSea, and they could be sitting at half the ETH again, and I've thrown away 0.3. However, I don't know. If just from bad experiences, I get out when I see certain worrying things. There's that whole hearsay about Kuhlman's universe with some guy that's suing him. That's not the worst news in the world. I mean, big people with big money get sued. But I decided to sell. I had one at 1.6 I sold. They're currently sitting at 0.9. I think that could just be the market, not necessarily that news. But I tend to get scared quite easily. These things are already, not just Haki. I mean, any NFT is already high risk. And I don't really like it when that risk is compounded by things that could really cause problems for a project. So I could be wrong, but that's just my approach in general. Let's have a look. Traveler is saying, oh no, that was earlier. Let's have a look here, Eric. What do you... Killer Bears, another one. I don't know any of these guys. Someone asked me about something I know. Killer Bears, let's have a look. There it is, 3,333 items. This looks familiar to me. I like the art. I don't like it when OpenSea stops loading the pictures. 305 ETH traded. Owner distribution is shocking. Activity, it was launched 2 days ago. Listen, I feel for them, to be honest. Launching in this climate, I take my hat off to them that they've been able to sell out. I'm assuming that they always intended going for this amount. I don't know. I'm assuming that. Let's read up here. It's a collection of 3,333 thoughtfully designed, animated, and randomly generated NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain by Mexican artist Mimo Angeles. Killer Bear holders can participate in inclusive events, NFT claims, raffles, giveaways, and much, much more. Don't forget, all Killer Bears are special, but some are especially special. Let's have a look at their Twitter. Oh, no Twitter linked here. It doesn't mean they don't have one. Let's jump on their website, have a look. Let's have a look here. Tripster's third collab is Azuki. Now they have, wow, very bullish. Yeah, we covered Tripsters. If you want to look back or go to our YouTube channel and search, we covered them. I'm quite bullish on the project even before that, so that's looking good. Okay, Killer Bears. Let's have a look. Eric, tell us more about Killer Bears. Was it always 3,333? If not, they've updated their website pretty quick. Looks interesting. It looks interesting. I like the website, like the art. Entry price is, not bad. If you want to take a punt, it's not too bad. Again, I think they've done well to sell out in this environment. Owner count is shocking. Volume traded is decent for a small PFP project. Really, that's really not bad for 3 or 4 days. So yeah, this could turn into something for sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I think being in the Discord will help you. Just getting a vibe for it and the people and the community and the founders, going to a spaces that they're on or an AMA always really helps you try and understand. But yeah, it seems like a nice little project. Really does. Interesting. I mean, it depends what you're playing with. If you've got 3 ETH, it's worth a punt. It is a punt just because it's new, and with that owner count, if someone owns a lot of them, they can really just drag that down further. But if these guys are committed to building, this could be cheap. So it's hard to know without knowing more, but interesting project. Could you talk about the Meta Panda Club? Guys, I haven't heard of any of these projects. And I've been working, hey, I mean, like on NFTs. I'm in the trenches. I haven't heard of any of these. None of them. Let's have a look here. Meta Panda Club. Why are they not coming up? None of these are right because of the amount of items. Meta Panda Sanctuary. Is it this one? Let's have a look. No, not this one. Give me the actual OpenSea name, please, and I'll look more into it. They're not on OpenSea. Ooh. Okay. What are they? Are they Solana? Let me know. And we'll carry on looking here. What have we got from Abraham here? No, I don't think necessarily that it's a shit project. I think that they had a lot going for them. They were anime meta. They did good collabs for marketing initially. As I said, when they launched, there was a bug in OpenSea which definitely helped. This is the different one. Sorry, I'm getting confused between all the different anime projects. No, I don't think it's a shit project. It's the first anime 3D project. I think that's notable. I did look into this project, and the team seemed quite good. I mean, you never freaking know, to be really honest. But I don't think it's a shit project. However, it hasn't revealed yet, and I do expect it to dip after reveal. Also, I'm not too happy with the reveal taking much longer. For me, it's typically a red flag if reveal goes on too long. We at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 days now. I don't know when reveal is planned. So yeah, not so happy that it's taking so long, but definitely will dip. It seems to have found its level at 0.5, and no, I wouldn't buy in now. Put it that way. I'd give it a couple of hours, at least maybe a day or two after reveal. If you want to get into it, but do your own research like always and look into it properly. I do remember I looked into it. I think we might have even covered it, which means that I was happy enough to cover it. Let's just make sure that I did, because there are so many projects. So go into the NFT show here, videos. Let's go to the search. If I did cover it, then I feel more comfortable about it. I think I did. We covered a lot. No, doesn't look like I covered it, so I might be getting confused. I know it's a 3D anime project for sure, but I don't. If we haven't covered it, then I didn't. Either it wasn't like cut and dry enough for me to think it's okay to cover. But yeah, I don't think that there's anything shit about it. I actually like the art, and again, it is the first 3D anime one. I just think it is overpriced. I think it will in normal non-anime hyped periods. This would not be happening on all of them. Just so that you're aware. So I wouldn't buy now. And if you hold multiples, then maybe look at offloading one or two before reveal and then seeing where it goes. I definitely did look into it because I remember this website. I like the art. I really do. 3D anime, first of its type manga anime. The team I think was quite impressive. Seems to be LinkedIn is always good. I like that, but you also have to check how old is the LinkedIn, how many followers have they got. Instagram can be a bit deceiving, but also not bad to look into. But mostly you're interested in the co-founders. That's really what matters more. So 500 plus connections, a picture of his face, which is always really, really good. Owns a media company, which is also good. Picture could be better quality, to be honest. I mean, anyone can put a picture of anything. I'm just looking with skeptical spectacles. Also on LinkedIn, you can see whether people have endorsed him. And I'm not going to log into my thing now. Yeah, but notable. I mean, 55,000 followers is quite amazing. And then Julian here, also a picture. Interesting, founder of Black Paris. So that's another upcoming project that's coming out. To be quite honest, that's a bit of a red flag for me. I don't like when someone who's just launched or busy launching a project that just raised a shitload of money is launching another one in a week or two's time. That's actually a bit worrying for me. Like Black hasn't been launched yet, but it's about to be launched. And I really would want him to be focusing on Shanghai at the moment and not be putting his effort towards his next launch. So that is a little bit concerning for me, to be quite honest. Yeah, that is a bit concerning for me. I mean, you know me, I'm always straight up front with you guys. I don't like that one, but if this original project is now doing perfectly and has been sitting there at Shanghai, has been sitting there for a year, has got a full team in place, a complete team, and one of the founders wants to, or both of the founders want to slowly step away a bit and start another project while keeping their finger on the pulse with something that's running like a well-oiled machine, no problem. But when a project that is just launched and needs the founders there, and is now literally just launching another one, it's a worrying sign for me. Not happy about that at all, unfortunately. But I do like the 3D art. All right, let's have a look here. Subscribes, brilliant. Subscribing helps. We got monetized today. We are a YouTube partner. Got a message today. Subscribing really helps. And yeah, I mean, if you like the content, please subscribe. You won't miss any shows then. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button. That's like the currency in YouTube's algorithm, especially while we live. If you just click that little thumbs up thing if you're enjoying the content, that's huge for us and it really, really helps. So please do that. Nerddog was going to tell me where they are. Did he? No, he's not telling me. Hey boss, have you seen any good updates with small bros? Should check out the Wasta mystery box. I'm bullish on small bros. I haven't been following it enough. They are on my radar and I'm eyeing them. and they have been doing quite well, all things considered. I mean, and they're easy to get into. Yeah, I mean, owner distribution great, ETH trader great, and I've only heard good things about this project. You know, they're in a really difficult climate environment, yet they've been able to maintain this floor price. They're actually increasing the last 3 days, and the last 3 days have been shit in the NFT space. Just like, from a few things, and a few people have mentioned it to me. I'm actually putting it on my watch list here. Yeah, I need to look a bit more into it, to do a bit more of my own research. But yeah, it seems good to me at the moment from the preliminary sort of things that I've seen. So yeah, seems good. If you want to tell us more about this mystery box, that would be cool. Lando. Oh no. Everyone's asking me projects I've never ever heard of. Guys, what are these projects? Women Unite. That's probably an upcoming if you're asking me. I know it's not. Let's have a look. It's on OpenSea. Let's have a look here. It looks like actual pictures of women instead of art, just from what I'm seeing. Don't know. Bit of a non-fungible people vibe from the art perspective. Decent floor price. I mean, it also depends on mint price. If mint price was 2 Ethereum, which I highly doubt, but just as an example, then this floor price is not so bullish. But a 0.3 floor in this environment is really quite impressive. Let's have a look here. Sales, couple, and that's quite a lot in 4 hours. 6, yeah, seems to have slowed a bit. I don't know where it was at when they came out here. Average floor price was 0.26, 0.2, 0.33, 0.4, 0.5, 0.3, 0.4, 0.6, 0.5. Seems to be maintaining. I mean, always good to see rares going for well above the floor price. I know nothing about this project, still really early days in any project, like I've been saying about the other ones. But yeah, seems interesting. Obviously, haven't been able to sell out, which is always a little bit of a concern. If I was them, I mean, let's say they might still be in whitelist. I don't know, but it's a few days, so I doubt it. I would usually cap the collection. Like 6,500 is a great collection size. Mint 200 for the team. Call it a 6.5 collection. Change the wording here and change this and just the 10K and just keep it a 6,500 collection size. Owner ratio is shocking, really shocking. That's about 25%. I really don't like the art, but the art makes no difference if there's huge utility. So I don't know enough about it. Real life suit, so they are real life people. I like that it's different. I mean, the fact that they used real models for this is quite cool. That's quite an interesting take. I mean, that's quite cool to me. I like different, right? They literally got in 50 models and got them to pose in different ways. And these are pictures of them. I know it sounds weird, but I like that. It's something different, And it shares core values with the Women Unite projects, goal is to empower, uplift, and assist women. That's, on the one side, 100%, we all there, and I agree, and great. On the other side, it does, like, it's sort of like the anime side. We had that pump of women projects about 3 or 4 months ago. That was the meta. And then everyone is all of a sudden woman project and supporting women and poor women in poor countries and all the rest. So I don't know how legitimate their intentions are. I don't know that they're not. So I really don't know. But definitely some things going for it. I mean, it's been able to maintain that floor. There's a good amount of activity. Owner ratio is shocking. But the way that they've done it is something different. They're thinking out the box, the art itself. Don't know. I need to look more into it. Definitely one that's worth me looking a bit more into for sure. Thank you, Lando, for bringing that to my attention. I got to order a varsity jacket with my NFT on it. Well, that's cool. Merch. I like it. That's cool, man. I hope you enjoy it. I got to order the super plastic Bored Ape Yacht Club thing yesterday. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to get it. As you can tell by the stuff behind me, I like collectibles. I always have. And honestly, that's a drop in the ocean to my collectibles. I've got so much around the corner here and next to me. Last time I tried to show everyone next to me, the whole thing got disconnected, so I'm not going to try. I've got about 50 collector Hot Wheels in original packaging in a huge display next to me. It's the part of a car, the display, mounted on the wall. Maybe what I'll try to do is log in with my iPad and show you guys. Let's see how we go. But I was able to get which one? I was able to get the skipper guy. Yeah, man, I'm quite bullish. Fortunately, I don't own a Bored Ape. I own a mutant, but I just didn't like this guy. I don't know. It was too plain. Maybe I should have. I just didn't like the look of him. Whereas by owning a super plastic NFT, I was able to mint this guy. And it was also late for me. I could have waited for this guy, but the public I was sleeping during, I actually like him. So if I could choose, I like him the most. But if I could choose the second most, I like him. But I didn't want to risk, because you only had 15 minutes. I didn't want to not get him and then wait for public, and then public gets sold out, or I was sleeping or whatever. So I just sort of pulled the trigger over here. I wish I liked the mutant one, because obviously less people own, well, maybe not. Super plastic also is about 20,000. So yeah, I got one of them. I got this chap over here, and I can't wait to see him. I like merch at times, but I'm always skeptical of projects that have merch as like their main event. So, like, if the whole roadmap is we're going to give you a cap or a jacket, that's a problem for me. I think it should be a side point, like a nice to have. I don't think it should be a huge achievement for a team to phone a promotional products company and get their logo put on a product. Can you see Rodman's NFTs? I saw Rodman's. I saw it, but I haven't looked into it properly. I'd be interested to see where they are. And I'll tell you my general feeling on these celebrity projects. I like Dennis Rodman, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so very much him, right? Very much him. The art is very much him. I like the concept of his hair being the focus and not his face. You know, it's basically his hair. I like how they've generated them. So I generally like it. What we tend to find, and we even saw this with crypto bats, and I'm not saying that Ozzy Osbourne's crypto bats story is written yet. They have said they're releasing a bat cave, and they are trying. And they're sitting currently at a 0.15 ETH floor. They were at 1.5 ETH, but we typically see these celebrity projects. Guys, it's like, first of all, it's cool for, I'm not saying Dennis Rodman, for any of them, it's cool for them to be in the NFT space. That's like the coolest thing in Hollywood, right? To have your own NFT collection. So they get to tick something off their box, right? Their checklist, their whatever. The other thing is that, you know, they typically don't. This is not going to be Dennis Rodman's passion project. I can promise you that. Him or any of them. They've got other stuff going on. They tend to lose interest. You know, so generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of celebrity NFTs, generally speaking. You know, even any of them that you look at, they down, because long term they lose interest, and they put a team in place that tries, and it slowly just goes down. And we saw Shaq. I mean, what is Shaquille O'Neal's one sitting at? I mean, probably nothing. Shaq gives back. At least he donated the proceeds, right? Which is good. But yeah, I mean, these were sitting at 0.15 to 0.2 2 or 3 months ago. So yeah, I don't know. Generally, if you love Dennis Rodman and like you have his collectibles anyway, like a jersey or a signed something or his basketball cards or whatever, and you love him, then get it. Get it and forget about it. Never list it. And you've got something that is special, and something that one day, as part of your collection, could add value. As a standalone NFT, I just, as I say, I just see these things die out quite quickly. Yeah, so that's my honest opinion on that. Thank you, YouTube partner. Yes, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's hard work. Hey, like I'll be honest. It is hard work. It's about 4 months, just under 4 months. We've done like 300 videos. I mean, the research and the time and the commitment. I'm excited to be in this position, and it's just the beginning. I'm saying, like, there's guys who are notable, who launch a YouTube channel and have monetized the next day. They have 10,000 followers and whatever. For me, there's no favors that I've asked from anyone. I don't have any notable people punting at. So it's been a hard road to get here. A lot of work. I'm not scared of hard work. I mean, I've built a single-handedly built a successful business here in South Africa, which is still running. I still run it. I have an amazing team in place, and that took a lot of hard work and commitment and time, and like also 18-hour days in the beginning. For years to build it from nothing. So I know what it takes to do that, and I'm happy I'm doing it. But I think I underestimated it when I took it on. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just being honest with you. I typically, if I commit to something, I don't leave it, and I'm here to stay, and that's how I feel about this. Would I have committed to it had I known how much continuous work it is? Possibly not, to be really honest. But now that I'm in it, the hard work, there's still hard work, but the building side is really the first 1,000 subscribers, getting monetized. That's the hardest, because guys come to your video, they see 50 subscribers, they think you shit. They don't even look at it because you only have 50 subscribers. Little do they know that you're one day old, right? But as you grow, it becomes easier. As far as getting more subscribers and things like that. So yeah, now's not the time to go backwards, but it hasn't been easy. So I thank you. It really does feel great because it's really hard work I've really worked hard for it. So thank you very, very much. Let's see what we got here. Jake, how's it, my friend? Freestyle Fridays. I love seeing you guys. I love talking to you guys. I look forward to Friday the whole week. Nerda, thank you, my friend. Thank you very, very much. Okay, one project, the first project tonight that I can actually talk from a point of knowing something about it. I think Lazy Lions has a very bright future. To answer your question straight up front, I really, really do. I know they've got lionesses coming out. I think these OG projects need to adapt a bit quicker, and they need to deliver a bit quicker. They seem to be on their own timeline. Lazy Lions is great. They've been innovative in so many ways. They were the first to bring you diamond paws, they call it, but diamond hands in the Discord, rewarding people who didn't list, and they did it in a very great way. They brought out the bungalows, which was the first banner project that I know of, and we're now seeing with Midnight Breeze and others that banner projects are sort of becoming a bit of a meta. And if that is the case, bungalows will rise in value. I mean, they're sitting at 0.005 at the moment, something silly, 0.05 at the moment. But they will always be the first. I love the community. I love the project. It's like I was so involved in the early days in the projects that I invested in, because I wasn't doing this. I was just investing. I wasn't community manager and advising all these projects and running my own Discord and running my own YouTube. I really had time, and I engaged with the communities, and I actually missed that side of it because I don't really have time just to sit in the Discord anymore. But I think because of the time I spent in these early projects, Doge Pound, Lazy Lions, Sneaky Vampire Syndicates, Subducks, that was the time when those were released, was when I was able to really spend that time. I love these projects. They've held well. They've really held well. I have no doubt the lionesses will help them pump. I'm bullish. I've still got, I think, one or two, definitely one. I might have two. But yeah, I think I'm happy with them. I'm happy to be a part of it, and I do think in general these OG projects need to. The secondary collection tends to bring a spotlight to them, to people that actually don't even know about them because they've only been in the space for a couple of weeks or months. So we've seen that recently with the sevens. The sevens, was so hyped. Anime project, one of the first anime projects, I'm talking a year ago almost, maybe 9 months or whatever. And they really did well. And then they haven't made the best decisions, and it hasn't been a great project. And now they're launching their sevens secondary collection, and all of a sudden I've got all these newer people saying, "What do I think of the sevens?" So I do think lionesses will hold them in good stead, but I do think they need to, in general, OG projects need to be doing more to get the attention of the new market. There's 300,000-400,000 new people in the market since when they started that have never heard of them. In general, OG projects. I'm not just saying Lazy Lions. So they do need to get into. They need new blood, and we've seen Cool Cats do that with their Cool Pets. They allowed for the public mint, and that's got a new people to know about the project. We've seen World of Women do it, and all with good effect. But then they need to continue doing other exciting and interesting things to stay above it. I don't see these guys at all the events that you're seeing the new guys on. It just seems like the OG projects aren't hungry enough, and I'd love to see them get hungrier. And I'll have to survive. And be going to those events and doing the Twitter Spaces with not just their community and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. But I'm bullish, and I love the project. I'm a big fan of it. Lots of comments, guys. Lots of comments. Got to make them big. There we go. I've been waiting for you, Traveler. V1 of the first version of CryptoPunks released in 2017. Here's a link. I don't think it will let you do a link, shame. Traveler, do me a favor, mate. Come in our Discord. On our YouTube, if you go to the About section, there's a link to our Discord. It's completely free, open to everyone. There's an amazing amount of alpha in there, just as a side point. But I'd love to read more about it. I appreciate the link. And yeah, it would be good to have you in the Discord anyway. What do I think about unemployables? I think they're hard to have on your payroll. Unemployables. Let's have a look. I've never heard of them. It must be an upcoming one. Oh, I left the E out. No, it's not. Here it is. 5,001. That's always a question mark to me. Were they going for more than 5,000? And then they stopped it. Don't know. Question mark. Just thinking out loud. 2,200 owners, 5,000. Not bad, not great, but not bad. 0.05. It depends what they minted at. 44 ETH is not much. Depends when they minted. So let's try and figure that out. 2 days old. So they minted very, very recently. Here the price was around there. So they must have been either less than this. I mean, I imagine 0.3 or 3. I don't know. Definitely something happening there today, definitely, because that's a lot of sales, 1,316 sales. So maybe they decided to cap the collection today at 5,000, or something's happened today. Maybe they sold out today, but that's definitely bullish. And there's a lot of volume happening at the moment. And the floor price is not correct on OpenSea because we're seeing consistent sales at 0.1 or just under. So the floor price is not updating as quick as the sales are going through. So I can see enough that there's something big going on here. What that is and how long-term that effect will be, I have no idea. Maybe you can tell us more. But that's what I can just see from seeing that. What have we got? Philip, what's this? Thank you, Philip, to cover Women Unite 10K assemble in the show. Pleasure, Londo. My pleasure. They do look awesome. I think you're talking about the super plastic things. Yeah. I'll pay for it later. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm not selling it. I'm happy to keep it. Haruka. Oh, you guys. I do know it because I just want to check whether we actually covered it, because that's always a good sign if I've covered it, because before I'll cover something in the show, we do a fortune of research. So yes, I did cover it, which means a few things. It means that from what I could see, the team looked doxed. especially if I've covered in the last 2 months, since we had all that 3D project crap, Meta, this and that, and all these 3D rug pulls that we thought were great. And all of them said the artist was the artist for Marvel and Disney and that, and it all seemed legit. Ever since those all turned out not to be legit, we've upped our game the last 2 months. We don't even look at projects unless we know the team. So it's always a good thing if you're thinking of buying into a project, come onto our YouTube and just search and see if we've covered that project or not. If we have covered it, it's just a bit of a bullish check mark. Doesn't mean it's perfect. Anything can happen, really. We do our best, but sometimes these things are veiled very, very well. But it's bullish for me that we covered it. And let's jump into them. Rooker, why is it not coming up? OpenSea could do better on their search. I mean, you guys know me. I give OpenSea a lot of props. Their website is doing a lot at the same time. You look at Looks Rare, which is got such big money behind it, and you can't even search within your own collection. And OpenSea is really quite good. Yes, they go down every second minute and whatever, but the amount of contracts being written to and things being revealed and collections being revealed and stuff like that. But one thing that I really think they are very behind on is their actual search algorithm here at the top here. It should pick up the better projects straight away. I mean, it's really bullshit. I don't know why I can't find them. Let's just go search. All these fake ones. All these fake ones. All these fake ones. No, I can't find it. I know they've launched recently. Let's go to stats and ranking. Last 7 days. Let's search for it. No, not coming up. Key. No, not coming up in the last 7 days. Let's do last 30 days, but I think they're about 7 days. No, can't find it. But yeah, I was bullish enough to cover it, unless something's happened since we covered it, which also sometimes happens. But yeah, I mean, I hope that gives you a bit of positivity on it. Do you have any bullish upcoming projects to keep your eye on? It's a good question. I do. Obviously watching V-Friends Series 2. I'm watching Moonbirds, even though I didn't raffle for it. I'm watching The Other Side. So those are all the very hyped ones. The other ones that I'm quite excited for, to be honest, let me stop sharing my screen and just look at my notes here. And I'll tell you. I'll tell you from what is coming in the next week or two what I'm a bit excited about. OX Studio Pass tomorrow. I know it's expensive, but I am super bullish on that. OX Studio, the guys who bought you Three Landers, and some very notable new ones, Lonely Pop, a few of them, they're launching a pass tomorrow for 1.8 Ethereum. And the thing there is that you're going to get whitelist for all 4 upcoming, and they're just getting started. So I'm quite excited about that. I've been watching, it says here, and this is really just not for research in the show. So, I don't know enough about it, but Waifu tomorrow, I'm watching because of the anime meta for a flip, just because whenever I don't know enough about a project, I'm watching it for a flip, because I don't have time to look into it. So if I don't know enough, even if it's the best project, I'm going to flip it. That doesn't hold me in great stead. This other anime project from yesterday that's sitting at half a ETH, I sold 2 at 0.25. And it could be the next best project, but because I didn't have time to look into the team and everything, I wasn't prepared to take the risk, and I just, sold when I could get a profit. Then on Sunday, we've got the Sevens Mint, their secondary collection. I'm watching with interest at that. That one stands out for me. No, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. On Tuesday, the Weirdos, the Weirdos Gang or Weirdos Cult. I'm interested in that one. That one stands out for me as a bit different. So that one I'm interested in from all of these. Not interested in those. Don't know enough about it, but I've got Story Verse here for Thursday. And it's highlighted in the color like I might be interested in it. I've still got to look a bit more into it, so that's coming out. That's rubbish. Not interested in that. No, nothing there. Yeah, so that's just on my immediate radar. Then we've got Chiptos coming out on the 26th, Tuesday the 26th. Those I need to look a bit more into, but they've seemed to be doing quite well as far as building hype and things like that. Then obviously imaginary ones I'm very excited for is Zekai Meta. I'm quite excited for. Also, as long as the anime meta stays. Imaginary ones I think is going to be big, hey? I really think it's going to be quite big. Tripsters, I'm quite excited for. I'm not sure of a launch date yet. Actually, Food Fighters Universe, and not many people know about it. I should maybe try and feature it. I'm very bullish on them. They're incredible. They've got a lot of experience in the food space, like brick and mortar restaurants, and they're launching an NFT, Food Fighters Universe. I'll just go into their Discord quickly and show you guys, just so you guys can look into it yourselves. That's the logo. There's the. Let me see if I can get a Discord link and I can post it here. I promise you, like I'm getting nothing from them. I just really do think that it's a one to watch for. Okay, let me try post this in the comments. I don't know if it will even let me post links. Let's see if it does. It's trying. I think we might have confused it. But if it doesn't go through, it's just Food Fighters. Discord GG/Food Fighters. So I'm quite bullish on that one. What else we got coming out? Not so. Yeah, nothing really standing out there. Meets Meta, we covered it. I'm so bullish on Meets Meta. They're coming out. Ugly People, we've said, quite interested in them. Sixth Rousseau, I was quite interested in them. And they've just been taking so long. So I don't know. I must look what's happened in the meantime, but I was quite interested in them as well. What other ones? I'm just looking at ones that I know I've got whitelist for. The Weirdos, that's the one I was talking about. Ugly People, as I said. Alien Friends has just come out. They've already come out. Don't know enough about them. Vinny, Letters by Vinny Hager, that one where if you own a crypto Ray, Meta Peeps. I'm excited for that. And then the other one that came out the other day, the Picaroons, Pranksy's project. I mean, the floor's sitting at so low. I bought 2 on the secondary. I'm bullish. It's Pranksy, man. They're in the second whitelist now. It's going to be a 10,000 collection, if I remember correctly, or somewhere around there. But I'm quite bullish on them, man. There's a whole lure and storyline, and Pranksy's got her reputation on the line. Don't know. Yeah, so there's a couple for you. Thanks for the question, Nando. I like that. To the moon. Tiny Dinos, I don't know anything about it. Mahesh, we did look at that earlier in today's show, very briefly. You can just go back and have a look. Toxic Skull Club, I've seen, I don't know, I saw them on IT Tools a bit. Also saw they were quite slow, but then they were picking up a bit. I don't know, guys. I've just had bad experiences with skull projects, to be quite honest, and that always makes me a bit worried. It looks so derivative-y to me, guys. Trying to be a 3D lander, punk, skull. I don't know, guys. It's just launched, so this is not a fair price. Well, it takes time to see what it really is. I don't know. Not my type of thing. I'm staying away. If guys have to be creative in the art, I don't know. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from stuff like that these days. Thank you, Londo. Just send me a check, hey, like we agreed after the show for the punt. Let's have a look, guys. Okay, so guys seem to be liking this art project with the Lilium backgrounds. A few people, unless the Lilium Discord has come to visit, like, let's go to Philip's Freestyle Friday. But if you guys are just like random people who all truly are just randomly in this Freestyle Friday and believe in Lilium, then there must be something going on. If the Lilium Discord said, okay, here's a link, let's go talk about Lilium, then it's less objective opinions. But yeah, I did chat about it in the beginning. Let's have a look. Oh, my food fighter thing did go through. It looks like it. So this is a great question, Mahesh. I am interested in Solana projects. I do not own any. Up until now, the whole thing about it not being OpenSea and having to go on Magic Eden and having to learn a new operating system or whatever you want to call it, architecture, like where I lost tens of thousands of dollars learning OpenSea and making mistakes. I was just like my plate is full. I wasn't interested. Definitely, there are some really good Solana projects. There are some also, like anywhere, really bad ones and rug pulls and a lot of shit that you hear about. Now with them being on OpenSea, I do want to make a concerted effort to learn more about them, and I do want to make a concerted effort to get into one or two of them. I really do, because now I don't have the excuse anymore of having to learn a new platform. That's a better word instead of operating system. And I would like to learn more. And I do think that Ethereum has got, and it's not just me, I mean, everyone feels Ethereum has got a lot of drawbacks that Solana I think really overcomes. And now that they're on OpenSea, and I know it's just a select 20 of them or whatever for now, but I do need to look more into it, and I am interested in getting more involved and understanding it better. I mean, except for the currency that I'm buying it with, being Solana, I imagine it's pretty much the same thing. It's an NFT project with a team and a community and a roadmap and all of that, which I know really well, just a general side. So yeah, there's absolutely no reason that I wouldn't. And now with it being on OpenSea, I do need to find one or two and get into it. There's no more excuse for me. So I'm definitely going to do that for sure. All right, guys. Well, I see we have got no more comments. We're now almost an hour and a half into the show. So I'm going to love you and leave you all. I want to wish everyone a really good Easter, anyone who celebrates. And yeah, I mean, honestly, and I'm talking to myself also, I think it's really, really important, especially over something like an Easter, to take time and be with the family. Really, honestly, guys, Discord's not going anywhere. Yes, you might miss one small thing here or there. Just take a day off of Discord. Just honestly, NFTs, just switch it off. I need to do the same. Today, I took the kids out today, just me and my 3 boys. Bianca was busy at home here. She had a whole lot to do. It's obviously a public holiday, and I took the boys out. It was lovely just to spend time with them. But yeah, definitely, please do family stuff this Sunday. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe, join our Discord, and I will see you on Monday when we are going to be covering some awesome upcoming NFT projects that I'm bullish on. So please do join me then. Sending love, guys. Be kind to each other. I'll see you then. Ciao.